everyone, and welcome to the Creative Challenge. I have explained to you in a previous video what it is about, and I'm on a 12-month journey to become a successful photographer, successful, as I said, by means of mentally successful as well as financially successful, so feeling fulfilled as well as being financially stable. So today I switched up the setting a bit because last time it was a bit improvised, and I wanted to cover in this video what I'm up to month of January. I mean, we are already midway through January and I have been working on my challenge. And as I mentioned, January was or is all about clarity and vision. And obviously I started with that for a reason because, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's so important to really know where you're going before you actually start out your journey. I mean, originally I also did explore a lot, but I think at some point you really need to have a direction and channel all your efforts towards a certain goal, which for a long time I haven't really been doing. And that's also what I guess is part of why I am where I am at the moment. And this is why I think it's so important to talk about clarity and vision and to tackle it very early on in this journey. So I have been sitting down with myself and created myself some goals and to-dos for this month, which I want to cover to really dive deep into the clarity and vision. Little disclaimer, I'm not an educator or anything. This is solely for what I have come up with my own research, which I think will help me. But I'm very happy to share this knowledge and maybe it will help you too. Just a little disclaimer that I don't want to pretend to be an expert or anything. I just want to be authentically sharing this journey for anyone that's interested. So first goal that I set myself is to come up with 3 to 5 specific, measurable, achievable, relevant and time-bound goals, the SMART goals, for my photography career. Super important because, yeah, goal setting, if you don't really have a clear goal, it's really difficult to actually take the first step and take action. Then the next one that I have on my list was to create a vision board. I created several vision boards already now for this journey. First of all, one really important general vision board about how I would love to have my life look like and what I picture myself doing in every aspect of my life, be that not only my photography career but also my personal life and matters, which is obviously, let's be real, underlying any career there's like some deeper rooted goals that determine why we're doing what we're doing. So that's why a general vision board is super important, because it's a main driver of a career. And then I also did a client or ideal kind of client vision board, kind of the photography clients that I want to attract. And yeah, because I think it's super important to really know who I'm talking to, who my audience is. And it has been shifting a bit in the past, so that's why it was super important for me to get crystal clear again on who it is that I want to serve and who I want to attract. So then there's also another vision board that I created, which is more related to my photography styles, because I have been also experimenting a lot and shifting a lot now recently with my wedding photography as well as my fashion photography, and I'm still experimenting a lot. And I want to be more consistent with my style, and I want to no longer just do photography in a way that I think it serves others, but mainly also that I think that will fulfill myself and my own creative goals. That's why I did all of these different vision boards, because it's super important to picture, a long-term vision that drives me and that channels my energy. Then also another goal that I set was or is to identify my ideal client or audience, describing their preferences, their needs and demographics. So not only did I create a vision board of my ideal client, but I really want to become in their heads and really become crystal clear about who they are. Like, even give them names, like what do they do for a living, how old are they, what's their income, where are they based, etc. So I have done this in past courses and exercises and educations that I have been participating in. So this is quite of a common exercise, but it's super powerful. That's why I didn't want to skip this. And I think even if you've done it in the past, like even like last year, it's so important to do this on a regular basis because your ideal client can quickly change. Then next goal, which I set for this month's challenge, was to write a personal mission statement defining the why and the purpose behind my photography. I think the why is so extremely important because if we don't have a reason why we're doing what we're doing, it's so hard to really find the motivation and to take the necessary steps to actually achieve what we want to achieve. And also, for example, on days, like for example today, I had a bit of a down day and it was really difficult for me to find the motivation and I was doubting myself a lot, having imposter syndrome. That's why it's so important to be really know your why. Yeah, because it reminds me of why I started photography in the first place and why I do what I do, because it gives me new energy and motivation when I need it the most. Then I've set goals, general goals that I want to achieve by the end of this year. But it's also super important to break these general and more long-term goals, let's say, into more short-term goals. So how I go about is I also come up with some quarterly goals that I set myself to kind of have a milestone that's a little bit closer and not too far away, to kind of, not to increase the pressure, but just to break the goal down into smaller goals to make it easier and more accessible. Maybe you can do the same exercise as I did to really become more clear about who you are in your photography business and who you want to become, and together we can become successful in our careers. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this little video, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments.